Hello there, Cybert. Didn't think you would see me after FNAF Fan Games 6? Well, I always come back. You made a huge mistake roping me into this mess, and now you will have to fall down at the feet of Afton. Oh, come on! Not even like a groan or a rage? Give me something here.
Is this FNAF Fan Games 7?
Yes.
Cool.
So, we cool? We doing the whole arch enemy thing?
Dan is done. Part 7.
No. All right. I've heard you guys on basically every video since we hit 100,000, which, by the way, there's that silver play button. Thank you so much for helping me get that. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. We got great videos coming out. I think you'll enjoy this, so do it. Please. Basically, every video has a comment asking for FNAF Fan Game 7s. And fine, we'll do it, but we're doing it differently. Jericho, bring out the formula. Now blow it up! Did you, remember?
Welcome to FNAF Fan Games 7. Today we're taking a different approach here. If FNAF Fan Games 1 through 6 are the original FNAF franchise, then this is my FNAF world, baby. Every time I start looking for fan games, I always manage to see a few games that are for Android. So I thought, why not explore the Google Play Store for a few FNAF fan games? So I sent researcher Sam out, and she brought back this. Great. Good to know that FNAF fan games exist everywhere. After sorting through the mess, we came up with a list of games that really represent the Google Play Store's selection. And oh boy, this gonna be a time. All that's left now is to start recording gameplay, which I was able to do thanks to today's sponsor.
Oh, start the ad!
Well, here we are again with Red Magic, hooking us up with the newest entry, the Red Magic 6R, the latest in the Red Magic line. Earlier this year, they sent me over the Red Magic 6. I was incredibly impressed with how powerful the phone is, and the Red Magic 6R is yet another step up. This thing features the Snapdragon 888, insanely fast RAM, and an AMO LED display that gets you a 144 Hz refresh rate. That is crazy for just a phone. And just like the previous phone, look, shoulder buttons. This is such a huge thing to me, all right? Let me have this. Before the Red Magic, I barely gamed on my phone. But now I'm exploring the wilderness with all my waifus. Guys, I think I have a problem. Not only that, all of the footage you see was recorded on a Red Magic, meaning capturing gameplay is easy and doesn't mess with your ability to play the game. If you want to upgrade your phone into a gaming machine, check out the link down below. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go play more Breath of the Waifus. This is Jericho's fault.
And ad!
Let's get started with our first game on the list, Five Nights at Pizzeria. Remember this moment, because that name alone really does set the tone for this entire video. Five Nights at Pizzeria is as generic as the title sounds. You're a security guard at a pizzeria, and you need to defend yourself from a giant chocolate bunny. Jericho, no. Jericho, no! It is alive and it's evil, no! You are much more cat than I thought. Taking one look at this game, and you can see it's using the most basic assets. But the oddest choice here are the characters you're defending against. Like I said, we have Rabbit and an alien. Rabbit and Alien. I didn't realize I was playing a Space Jam spin-off horror game. But let's take a moment to talk about the gameplay. First off, it's just FNAF 1. Cameras, doors, lights, but there is a couple of extra mechanics here. If you manage to spot one of the enemies on the camera, they'll freeze. Similar to how when I move this footage, Jericho freezes while trying to take my cookies. Not like you're going to stop, so go ahead. This is why I can't have nice things. But I think the mechanic that changes this game from generic fan game to quick cash grab is the fact you can watch ads for freaking power. Everything takes battery and they don't give you a ton of it for the 7 hours you need to survive. So you'll be watching ads to basically survive every night. Normally I wouldn't be so harsh, but putting ads on something that is needed to win the game feels off.
And yes, I can see how you'd want to compare that with my videos and mid-rolls, but I like to think I'm above that. Jokes aside, I hope you guys see that we put a lot of hard work into this and we deserve to make at least a little bit of money off these things, so I appreciate you watching the ads. Okay, continue!
It feels like a game that is just a quick cash grab, which you'll see is an ongoing theme. Next up is Five Nights at Maggie's 4. Wait, hold on. Okay, let's pop over to the developer's profile, and yup, no Maggie's 1 through 3, but there is Eat the Trash. It has 4.8 stars. Very nice. Well, turns out this is the only game from the series ported over to Android, but at least we're in the actual FNAF fan game territory, so let's dive in. First off, this looks more like my comfort zone. We have a dark and creepy office, cameras, tracker, and vents that need to be repaired. It really does feel similar to Jollibee's Phase 2. The only issue I have here is that it's perhaps too dark. At least on mobile, it is really hard to see in the cameras. My only other problem is that all of these mechanics are dumped on you right in the beginning. It's a problem with a lot of FNAF fan games, the quote-unquote phone guy dump. Jerica, you were out of control this episode. I mean, it was only a matter of time. Otherwise, this was definitely one of the better games on the list. Heck, I'd even put it in the top 3 here. Once you get a hold of the controls and defenses, it plays great. The gameplay is really smooth on the phone, and I never felt like it was unresponsive. Just don't die, because your punishment will not only be the jump scare, but also an ad. And that's cheeky placement of an ad. Well played. Well played. Y'all like outdated memes? Good, because this game is totally lit, fam. 3 fire emojis. It's so good. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry, everyone. Our next game up is Five Nights at Memes 2, The Return of Big Chungus. Big Chungus is absolutely top tier meme, and I have no idea why. Now, why did I pick this and not the first? Well, Big Chungus. But the sad part is, I didn't even get to see the Chungus that is large. The Return of Big Chungus is very similar to that of Five Nights at, P. Yeah, look, I know what it translates to now, and dang it, you guys. The Return of Big Chungus plays just like FNAF 2. No doors to close, protect yourself from Gnome and Purple Shrek by putting on your head spikes. Okay, and then you stop the moth by, I don't know. See, there was a slight problem with this game. The audio was absolutely jacked up. I can't hear a single thing Phone Guy is saying, so I had to go off my knowledge of FNAF 2, and it didn't go well. And look, it wasn't the phone, because other games played just fine, and even Genshin runs great on it, so I have no idea. I just knew to put on my head spikes when I see a gnome. Overall, this game is ridiculous. Just an onslaught of memes and jokes. So if you're a fan of these random fan games, this one is for you. Just hope the game actually works for you.
If you've been with the channel for a while, you know my absolute disdain for clowns. So researcher Sam brought me Zoolax Nights, Evil Clown's Free Escape Challenge. Thanks, Sam.
Oh, you are so very welcome, sir.
Why did I ask you to help?
Zoolax Nights is definitely among the top games on the list with Maggie's. Here, we have a fairly well-made game with just a few small issues. First, the game is legit creepier than my closet.
Oh crap, I forgot. Oh, phew. Looks like we're lucking out on the closet front today.
Sorry about that, just needed to check. So, as I was saying, everything about this game screams creepy. The character models are unsettling, and the environment is dark and disturbing. They do a great job here on the graphic side, but how does the gameplay stack up? I mean, fairly well. You get the usual mechanics of checking cameras, ducking under the desk, and other room tasks. It forces you to balance your defenses, but there is one slight issue. The clowns just go wherever they please. Oh my god, my nightmare. The clowns don't have a set path and often teleport around to random places. Most of the time you'll see them sprinting for the well that goes directly into your office, so neat. Though despite this, overall the game is solid. I did have some issues again with choppy audio, but I was able to put together most of what was going on. It also contains ads, but I didn't encounter any when I played, so good news for your play session. This next game I thought was going to be a Sonic ripoff. Sam thought it was going to look deep into my soul. Jerica wanted to delete the footage without looking at it. But after I played it, I think I found the most absolutely wholesome FNAF fan game of them all. Five Nights with the Hedgehog, or known for its actual title,
5 ночей с ежиком.
Welcome to, well, I'm not quite sure exactly, but it's definitely just some guy's apartment or home. This game seems to have been completely made with locations and objects from his own house. Even his cat gets in on the action. The game is all in Russian, so I have no idea what the instructions are for this game, but I figure I have to turn off the light when a stuffed animal gets in and close the refrigerator, which is apparently set to sub-zero. Each camera features shots from around their apartment, with the office being his own room. There's just something so pure about seeing someone make a FNAF fan game by moving toys around the house. The gameplay itself isn't too bad either. Keep your eye on the borders to see if the fridge opens, and turn off the lights when a stuffed animal gets in. Which, you can notice here, he even got his cat to look at the toy. That's attention to detail I can appreciate. Is this game a good horror game? I don't really think so. It just sort of has this weird innocence about it. Did I enjoy my time playing it? Kinda did. It just goes to show you that we really have no idea what to expect here. Jerica, don't! Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, because it all goes downhill from here. See, along with the occasional decent game in the Google Store, you'll find a lot more of the games we're about to dive into. Insane Toys' survival horror game also comes to us from Russia, and the game is very, okay? And in reality, this is more similar to cased animatronics than FNAF, but we'll roll with it. You play as a security guard at a kindergarten. Which, yes, that sounds ridiculous, and trust me, the security guard knows it too. With that, you're in the game, and first thing you'll recognize is the weird maze you're trapped in. Seriously, it took me a good chunk of time just to figure out where I was and what the camera was looking at. Once you get your bearings, you can start to roam around, and it's tank controls. Whoa, Jerica, what the heck? Is this how my insanity's been? This can't be good. Getting around using a phone and tank controls is an absolute nightmare. You just can't move properly, but at least you have a taser to tase the... Oh, I hate you, Sam.
Love you too, buddy.
What is this? What am I looking at? A clown? A doll? Minecraft gone wrong? It really feels like this game isn't finished. And when you tase the monster, the screen just goes blue and he yells at you.
Куда ты убегаешь?
Like nothing happened. No electric noises, no like spazzing out, which I thought would have been the easiest thing to do. No, just kind of a, hey, stop that. Again, these janky parts I could forgive if I didn't have to watch another freaking ad every time I died. And in a game that controls really rough, you're bound to die a lot, which means even more ads. Who breaks up the flow of something with an ad? Sorry, last time I'll use that joke. Maybe. This game is just simply not worth your time. I only played the demo, but I can tell you right now, it definitely didn't convince me to buy the full game. It's not terrible by any means, but save yourself some trouble and skip this. Okay, we gotta move along. We gotta end this before she gets completely out of control.
Next on our list is Five Nights at Flappy's. Oh no.
Great! I really should have expected this from a mobile game video. Alright, so the game is Flappy Bird, except with FNAF. Instead of the weird-looking bird, you'll instead be controlling various animatronics as they try to collect pizza. You then take the pizza to the store to buy new animatronics. Oh, and it's littered with ads. Alright, the gameplay is just a ripoff, but I gotta give it credit for the art style. The pixel work is great for each model, and the portraits are well done. Though, don't know why we had to put a chest on Chica. I'm not saying it. I will say that there is one added element that I actually thought was great. Every time you die, you get jump scared. And it's that little thing that really helped make the game good. But then ad time. I don't know what else to say about this. If you like Flappy Bird and FNAF, you'll like this. But back in FNAF Fan Games 3, we covered Scott in Space, another Flappy Bird clone. That, however, had at least some secret modes and somewhat of a deeper story. Here, it's just tapping.
Ow! Stop! Why? Stop! You've got to stop!
Oh, wait, you're still here?
I always come back! Oh, why are you like this?
I want you to take a moment to look at the title you see on screen. Just take it in. Just take a moment. Take it all in. If you think this title screams rip-off cash grab, you would be right. Baldi Angry Teacher 5 Nights at School rips off Baldi's character, Minecraft's aesthetic, and the FNAF style of gameplay. What you get is a decent looking game, but it really is only here for one thing, and we'll get to that in a moment. As a game, it's incredibly mediocre. You have 3 doors you need to close on Baldi before he gets to you, which is difficult since he moves around so much that you can't track his movements on the camera. But even if you did, there's just one problem. Ads! Ads, 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 ads! Oh boy, does this game want to make some money. All the ads in the previous game were placed in somewhat decent places. And just like that mid-roll, these ads are just intrusive. Sorry to use the bit one more time, but it was really the best example of what it's like to experience playing this game. About to check a door? Ad. Tracking Baldi on the cameras? Ad. Just ads breaking up the gameplay all the frickin' time. It's awful. And combined with trying to track Baldi, it's just not a fun game to play. The developer has made more games doing similar things with Baldi, Siren Head, and whatever game seems to be trending. All of which just comes off as cash grabs. Who knows? Maybe this is a young developer creating genuine fan games and is just putting the ads wherever because they don't know where to put them. But the thing is, it's still a problem and it needs to be fixed. Do not download any of these games. Who doesn't love some Among Us? Everybody's still playing that game, right? Yeah? Or did we all just move on to 3 AM challenges with Among Us?
Ugh, the state of this website.
Well, introducing 5 Nights of Imposters, a FNAF game featuring a handful of beans trying to kill you. Excellent is a term I'd like to say. It seems like a freaking slam dunk, right? Among Us cross FNAF? Well, not so much in this particular version. While the game is definitely one of the better looking games on the list, mechanically it's a mixed bag. To defend yourself, you're given a computer that allows you to monitor cameras and use a tracker to follow them. You'll then be able to close up to 3 doors to stop them. Sounds solid on paper. The main problem are the cameras and the movement. The beans actually move fairly quickly and they don't really telegraph their movement well enough for you to follow their pathing. So instead, you have to rely on the tracking in hopes that you can follow them in time to close doors before the tracking ends. So in the end, the cameras are pointless when putting it up against the tracker, which is temporary, unless you pay $1.99 for Infinite Tracker. While I would say this game could be solid, nerfing your defenses so hopefully someone will buy a power-up is kind of messed up, considering this game is very much aimed at children who like Among Us or FNAF. So let's move on to Christmas Night Shift 5 Night Survival, which is the exact same game, but with Christmas characters. Wait, hold on. All the games from this developer are the same? All they do is just change the theming, and that's it. This really is a shame because it's decent gameplay, but this clearly only exists to get downloads, throw ads in your face, and trick people into paying for power-ups. Do not download these games. It is absolutely terrible and lazy game development meant to turn a profit. Jerica, blow it up. You sure are. Let's end on a good note because as you can see, the Google Play Store can be filled with tons of lazy attempts at capturing the fan game hype. Our final game is a follow-up to a game I covered all the way back in FNAF Fan Games 1. Look how innocent I looked. Little did I know I was creating my own nightmare. 5 Tries at Love 2 is the sequel to 5 Tries at Love, which when we covered it was called 5 Nights of Love. As you would expect, this game is a dating sim where you'll be flirting with various FNAF characters, except this time, you'll be doing it at school. You are enrolled in Jump Scare Academy. There you'll need to study for tests, try to make some money, and of course, woo your FNAF crew. Unlike the first game, this one felt like I was able to get a lot done before the deadline. The days are certainly longer, allowing you to make sure you get the most out of your energy to study and still mingle. And if you're wondering, yes, disturbingly handsome balloon boy is here. Again, that's just a poster. Jericho, you okay? This cannot be good for the outro of this video. Honestly, this game plays really nice on the phone. Not like there is anything too challenging here, but you know, we're playing this on mobile, so it's worth mentioning. Well, that, and it's worth mentioning that there are ads in the game as well, but fortunately, you can easily play the whole game and avoid them, which, man, do I appreciate after the last two games. Just as the first game, the art style is just cute as heck, the dialogue is fun, and each of the characters have such a distinct personality. My only criticism is that this one felt like it didn't have very diverse endings. The first game had very unique endings for each character. Here, getting the mask ending just ends in white. I did look up some of the other endings, and there is definitely something here, but seems like there could have been more. At least we get to make out with a poster, though.
I know this video may have been a little different than previous fan game videos, perhaps a bit more critical, but I wanted to do this because of Google Play. While Game Jolt and Itch.io have great games for free or for a minimal price, developers on the Google Play Store have embraced this freemium model. They put little effort into their games just so they can slap in ads and in-app purchases. Honestly, it's disgusting. So while you're browsing the App Store and the Google Play Store, be careful. The more these bad actors get downloads, the more bald, angry Five Nights at School we get. All right, Glitch Trap, I've played your games and... We did Friday Night Funkin' mods. Yeah, we hope. What are you gonna do? We messed up.
Thank you everyone for watching. A huge thanks to Jericho for helping me edit, Rhea Sunshine, and all these channel members. You can hit the join button down below to help support the content we do. And until next time, please help me